Hey there everyone, it's Yat Kean here from Trend Ground. Welcome back to another review video. So, for this video, we are going to focus on one product, which is the HUAWEI MateBook 14. So this is the 2024 edition. What's new for the 2024 edition is definitely the latest Intel Core Ultra chipsets that is powering this device. So it supports up to Intel Core Ultra 7, and in terms of the specification, very similar, just different chips that is being used. So you have the Core Ultra 5 and the Core Ultra 7 variant. Now, both models are going to get the same display, speaker, laptop, the whole thing, even to the RAM and the internal drive as well, which is 16 gigs of RAM and also 1 terabyte of PCIe SSD. Before we start off the review, I have something to tell you, the audience, that for this review video, I will not cover too much details in terms of the specification and also the benchmark numbers. If you want to know those, I think you can watch other reviewers. But for my review, it will be solely focusing on the user experience. Okay, so that is out of the way. And if you're still new to the YouTube channel, please go ahead, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also follow us on social media. Last but not least, head to the website, read all the latest launches happening in Malaysia and internationally as well. So let's just continue with the review now, starting off the design. So as you may see, if you are someone that is looking for a aluminium body laptop, that cool metal finishing, then this is definitely the laptop for you to get it. It's pretty simple. And also, if you want something that's light, this guy here is actually rated at 131 kg. So that is the weight. And meanwhile, for the thickness, is actually rated at 14.5 millimeter. So definitely this guy is really compact laptop to bring anywhere, especially when you have creativity strikes, whether in indoor or outdoor. This guy is actually really perfect. Now, let's, before move along to the other part of the design, let's check out the port selection. So you have a USB 3.2 over here, and there's another one more on the left side. Okay, and USB Type-C port here. This one you can use it for charging as well, and then a HDMI port and a 3.5 audio jack over here. Yeah, pretty much straightforward. And for the ventilation holes are at the bottom. Yep, as you can see. Nice. Pretty solid device. Okay, you can see it. Nice. Okay, so one more thing. For this video, I'm not gonna be opening the bottom lid of the review unit over here, because these are units from HUAWEI Malaysia. Okay, yeah, so take note on that. Okay, for design wise, one-handed open, not too safe, to be honest. You can see, definitely you need to use two hands over here. But nonetheless, it's light. I think using two hands is like quite pretty easy and convenient for you. So first, let's check out the layout of the keyboard. So you do not have the numerical pad on the right side, but still it's pretty awesome. Why? Because if you're someone that is always constantly typing, the typing experience here is pretty good. Okay, and also with the palm rest, man, that is fantastic. Yeah, you have ample space and also a huge trackpad. Now to the display on this Huawei MateBook 14. So it actually uses a 14.2 inches OLED display that supports 120Hz refresh rate, and the best of all, it's a touchscreen display. Check out. So right now I'm actually running in the max brightness. This is how the display looks like, and it looks incredible. Colors are vivid, bright, poppy. You know, the usual features of a OLED display over here, and the peak brightness on this display is 500 nits, which I think is quite adequate, especially you are going to be using most of the time in indoor. But I think if you want to slightly try your luck at outdoor, yeah, I think the display still can be usable, but definitely there will be some sun glare occur. Also, do take note that the display on this Huawei MateBook 14 is actually in 3:2 aspect ratio, and also it supports Huawei M Pencil 3rd generation. So you can buy the stylus and even enhance your drawing experience, jotting down notes, you name it. You can purchase the stylus and enjoy it on this Huawei MateBook 14. Now, the last thing you should take note on the display is actually it has 1920 Hz high frequency dimming, and also it gets TUV eye comfort certification. So this means that there is no blue light that is harming your eyes. In terms of the speakers, there's two speakers on this Huawei MateBook 14. So the speakers on this Huawei MateBook 14 is actually quite good for most general users. It's loud enough, have adequate bass, but definitely if you want something that has that hi-fi quality, nah, it won't be able to provide that. But what is able to provide is definitely sufficient good audio. Now I'm going to put the mic onto the laptop and have a listen to the speakers. So next one, let's head over to the performance. As I mentioned, review unit over here is actually running the Intel Core Ultra 5 with Intel Arc graphics paired along together with 16GB of RAM and 1TB PCIe SSD. I think it's going to be quite a good laptop for productivity and light gaming. So we are going to test two games, Left 4 Dead 2 and Tomb Raider. So I have done some settings for the Huawei MateBook 14 to run the Left 4 Dead 2. So this is my settings. 1920 by 1200, full screen, 2 times MSAA, trilinear, enable, double buffered, shader details medium, effect detail high, model texture detail low. Okay, done. Okay, we're done. We are gonna play. Okay, we're gonna go for it. Okay, so we are able to join one of the games. So let's grab one, grab the things up, and let's go. So just check out the counter over here. Okay, so this is Tomb Raider, and I'm gonna just show you the graphic settings for this game. Okay, so resolution, I think I'm gonna lower it a little bit. Yeah, I think 1920 by 1200 is better. Refresh rate, let's just keep it to 60 Hz. I don't think this guy could be able to run AAA titles that so smoothly. Okay, so okay, these are all the other settings. Everything, most of it, I think is normal on. Only tessellation and high precision are being off over here. So I'm gonna be applying it. Yes, good. All right, let's go back. So as you may see, this is what the frame rates I'm actually getting. Minimum frame rates per second 60, max frame rates per second also 60, average frames per second 60. Now take note, this game is a little bit dated, but it's still one of when it's time being released, it was a triple A title, and what you're able to see right now, I think is quite pretty impressive. So as you may watch from the gaming performance, this Huawei MateBook 14 is truly impressive. Now, you have to take note that the Intel Core Ultra 5 here is actually running at the 40 watt TDP. Yeah, it's truly awesome. So you are able to really unleash the performance on this device, be it whether for productivity or gaming as well. Up next, let's talk about the battery performance on this Huawei MateBook 14. It's actually packing a 70 watt hour battery over here, whereby Huawei has done some lab testing and they have found out that it could last up to 19 hours of local 1080p video playback. I think the battery performance here is going to be awesome because it's quite big with that 70 watt hour battery. Now for me, I usually tend to love plugging in when I'm using laptop, so I couldn't give you the accurate number of battery life it could last, but I'm expecting with that 70 watt hour, and depending on your usage, if you're someone like to meet user, I think you can expect this laptop to last at the very least 5 hours of battery life. Since we have reached to the final point of the review video, it's time for me to give my final verdict. So for the Malaysian market, this Huawei MateBook 14 has two variants. Now the Intel Core Ultra 5 over here is going to cost you 4,999 ringgit Malaysia. Meanwhile, the Intel Core Ultra 7, that will cost you 5,499 ringgit Malaysia. Yeah. So for me, I think if you're looking for a really good productivity and also some light gaming and entertainment as well, this Huawei MateBook 14 is definitely something you should be considering and put into your buying list. However, I do understand there are some consumer, they will be saying, hey, it starts at 5,000 ringgit Malaysia. It is a lot. I agree with that statement. However, you have to remember that with the price point, you are actually getting a 2.8K 14.2 inches display over here, which is OLED as well, supports 120 Hz refresh rate, and it's touchscreen as well. I think the package here is quite serious. The performance, you can see it's truly amazing as well. Not to mention also that the battery here is a 70 watt hour pack, so you are able to do a lot of productivity work when you really need to push this device. Yeah, truly amazing. But definitely there are things to nitpick. Maybe definitely I would say the speaker could be a little bit better, and maybe the OLED screen could be a little bit brighter, because if you are planning to take this guy for outdoor using, yeah, you might be able to suffer some sun glare on the display. Yeah, I think apart from that, I don't think I'm going to complain too much, unless you're someone that is a heavy gamer. You render a lot of 4K videos, especially in the 60 frames per second, then maybe this device could be a little bit challenging to meet that demand. Okay, but for most general user, I think this is really the top crop laptop you should be getting. Truly amazing device, and for my recommendation, I say consider it if you have the budget, and especially for the students, aspiring content creators, this laptop is definitely for you guys. Yep. How about rating? I'll give it a solid 8.3 out of 10 for the Intel Core Ultra 5 model. Remember that this is the Intel Core Ultra 5. I did not have the chance to test out the Intel Core Ultra 7, but I think that would be even much more better oomph if you're a gamer. But as you may see from the gaming performance, truly not bad for the Intel Core Ultra 5 variant. Okay, so that's my review for the Huawei MateBook 14, and special shout out thanks to Huawei Malaysia, as usual, providing a sample loan review unit over here. And also do take note, this review is not being paid. There's no monetary being involved, therefore there's no creative input, no final approval is needed by the brand itself. Whatever being explained in this video is actually based on the experience for 1 week with this device. Yeah, so hopefully you guys know about that, and if you really like the video, hey, please do consider and again support the YouTube channel, follow us on the social media account, and I will bid you guys farewell. I'm Yat Kean here from Training Ground. Do stay tuned for more review contents.